How to switch to visuals on one page in Power BI.
How to switch two visuals in one place. Before we dive deeper, let's take a sneak peek of how does it look. This is a Power BI published through the Power BI service. Now in this one space, we would like to see both charts and table. Of course, if we only create chart, there's automatic function to show table. That is quite convenient. The only disadvantage is that the table format might not be what we desire. Let's take a look. When the chart is selected, we see a chart in this space. The chart works well with other filters and selections. If we click table, then in this same place, table will be displayed. Similarly, table is working with all the other filters and selections. The benefit of this is it will utilize the space and help us to switch between charts and tables in the most desired format that we would like to have. How do we do that? Let's go to the Power BI desktop. In the page FC1, there are these charts visual. In the page FC2, same design, the only difference is there's a table. The first step would be to put two visuals in one page. I will resize the table and resize the chart, the same place. Now select table, copy, paste. With the tables now put in one page, we will move on to the step 2. Insert text table. Click insert. Add text table. I will put it here. The first table, I would call it table. So read both sides. I think this 12 is okay. Middle, good. Good. With the table selected, go to the format, effect, background color. I choose darker blue. Then the text color could be white. Hold it. For the visual border, I select visual border on and choose white. So it could be easier to read. Now select the text box. Select the text box. Copy and paste again. The second one, I will call it chart. Now we have two text boxes. One for chart, the other for the table. That's the second step. Recap. Step 1, put two visuals in one page. Step 2, insert a text box. The third step, go to view, choose selections. This will activate the selection box on the right. In this selection pane, there are a list of elements in the main page. For instance, the slicer is one element. This so-called matrix is the table visual. Then this chart is called stacked column chart. The way to identify is to select the visual or the element on this main page. When you select the element, the corresponding element in the selection list will be activated. Let's take a look. Now, when selected table, we see the metric is highlighted. How about this text box? If I selected table, the second text box is highlighted. So we know this is for the table. To differentiate, let's rename. If we repeat the same step, I choose chart. The first text box is highlighted. Now double click. The step 4, we will prepare to creating a bookmark. I will overlay the two visuals. So first with this chart on top. Okay, how do we create a bookmark? Now with this chart put in front, we will go to the selection. Again, click matrix, which is for the table, hide it. Then similarly, for this text box, for the table, hide it. Now visually, what we can see is the chart text box and also the chart visual. As the preparation for creating bookmark. Step 5, create bookmark for each visual. Go to view, select bookmark. This will activate the bookmark pane. Click add. Rename it. With this, the bookmark for chart is created. Next, we will repeat the same step, but create the bookmark for table. Go back to the selections. Now unhide the text box table and unhide the metric. Hide the text box for chart. At the same time, hide the stacked column chart. What we can see now is the text box for table and also the visual for the table. With these selections, go to the bookmark again, click add, rename. This time we rename the bookmark to table. We have two bookmarks created for the charts and table separately. This will lead us to the next step, which is the focus of this topic, how to create action to enable switching between two visuals in one place. I will close this visualization data, bookmark, filters to give better view. Now I will unhide the text box, unhide the chart. Now, when I click the chart is visible. And when I click table is visible. That's these two bookmarks. After this bookmark is created, we will create actions to control switching between these two bookmarks. Go back to selections. I will unhide. Now, insert. Instead of the text box, insert a shape. I choose rectangle. So with this shape, I reshape it to slightly bigger than the text box. I put it on top of the table and resize it. Just right enough to cover the table. Now with this rectangle selected, go to format again, style, The color I will choose the gray. And transparency. We want it to be gray, but still we can see through the text box behind. I think this looks good. Next, select, copy and paste. So we just added 2 shapes, rectangles, on top of the text box for table and chart. In the selection pane again, we see 2 shapes, but don't know which is for what. So I activate the shapes on top of the table, then rename it to for the chart, shape C. Then I rename the shape for the table, shape T. As long as you can remember and perform the next steps, I think it's okay. I will select the shape for the tables. With the bookmark. When we have chart selected and the bookmark chart selected, click Update Bookmark. Repeat the step. With the table selected, click the bookmark table, update. What we did is just updated the visuals and the text box selection, rectangle shape selection all together to the 2 bookmark. The last step would be assign action to each shape. Now with this both shape and bookmark selected, we can assign action. So what we will need to do is when shape on the table is selected, add action. Bookmark, a bookmark table. This way we add the action for the table selection. Repeat the step. With the chart selected and bookmark for chart also selected, go to action again, add bookmark, chart. Good. Let's test. Click Control and select. In this desktop version, the selection is not that intuitive. So for the testing purpose, we need to hold Control and click. And when it is published to the cloud, the selection becomes so much easier just with one click. It will be visible. So the testing is successful. We create this bookmark for the best visual. We do not need to hide the text box because that will help us to switch between the 2. When chart is highlighted, we know there's another option for table, vice versa. How do we update that? Click the chart bookmark. With this clicked, we see now this table text box is hidden. We just click unhide. Chart. Update the table. Now we can see this action is assigned to the bookmark. Press Control and select chart. The chart visual is visible. In the Power BI desktop, the selection is not very intuitive, so we need to press Control and select. When it is published to online, it becomes very intuitive. Let's take a look again, the final product. When it is published to the Power BI Cloud service, just with one click, table, the table will be visible. One click to chart, the chart will be visible.
We just went through how to switch between 2 visuals in one page. It will help us to utilize the page better and provide more information in one place. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. I'm Jennifer, analytic expert who love BI tools.